Hey boys and girls, Ken Smith Fishing. Back in Dallas for the week. We'll be back down this weekend. So this is going to be practice. We practiced on Saturday for the Bass Champs big shootout. Congratulations, by the way, to Brian Lohr and Chris Wilson with almost 30 pounds again. I mean, Rayburn just continued to blow my mind and a lot of wind, but we'll get to the tournament on the Thirsty video this week. So this is going to be practice. And by the way, so there's a couple things in this video that are pretty dang cool I had never seen before. I witnessed an alligator chasing a family of otters and got it on video. So that's going to be in this video. I'll put it right there or right there, wherever that comes out. I know how Clint loves when I point stuff on the video, but it's pretty cool footage, and it caught me completely off guard, surprised me. So that's going to be mixed in here. We've got coming up this weekend on Rayburn the Outlaw 4th of July tournament. So we'll be practicing for that. I think we can practice Friday, so we're going to try to get back down there Friday and practice, even though we got our brains beat out this past weekend. It just felt like it was kind of a weird day. And then I've also got in this video, I've gotten a lot of questions about what luge rod to throw a great big crankbait on. And I did a little bit of cranking in practice, and I really got the magnum crankbait rod out and the long range, which is a 7'11" and a 9-foot rod. And I'm going to talk to you in this video about which of those two rods I like better to throw great big crankbaits, which would be to me a Cloud 25 or an XD10, a Strike King XD10. So that's in here as well. But let's go to the fishing. I felt like I wanted to start early on some shallow fish, because it never has gotten right this year. Even though the water's been falling, it had come back up for a couple of days. It's still about a foot low, almost 3/4 of a foot low. So I wanted to go in there and check those shallow fish. So here's how my right off the bat morning went. Well, it's Saturday morning before the big Bass Champs Shootout. That's my 4th cast. And that's not what we're looking for, but I had to check the shallow fish. I got my little speed shad wakey thing out. Can't even think of the name of it yet, but it's a way to cover a lot of water real fast around these shallow cypress trees. I wanted to see what might be up here swimming around. It won't take 15 minutes to check it. And it's worth checking, because if they're up here, if the brim spawn is on, we had cloud as all week. Water cooled off just a tiny, tiny bit. And it's fun. It's fun, fun, fun. Sneak out 2 4 to 7 pounders to start the day, why not? GoPro, stop recording. Alright, so I've had a couple blow up on this bait. One of them was a good fish. It was a 3 or 4 pound fish. I kind of snatched it away from him. That one blew up on it. Actually, that one just swatted at it, and I was kind of curious to see what he was, so I put my little light blue Cinco in there on him, and he was kind of what I was expecting to be up here. That second fish threw me a little bit of a curveball. Not committed to it. It is so shallow around these trees. The water's down about a foot, but you got to look at a few of them. Do it just a little bit longer. I don't know if
if you can see that or not, but I got a family of otters. There's mama and 2 babies, and I can't see what's in that back group yet. They are motoring. Oh crap, that's an alligator going after them. That's a great big alligator after those otters. Woo, that's a big old alligator. Mr. Alligator, you are not going to catch those otters. I go, he's going to try. So there's the gator, and that's the family of otters. And Gator says bye-bye. He was absolutely after them, though. They're aggressive. Here's my otters again over yonder. Woo! Just little knotheads up here. Look out. Just little knotheads up here. They're eating that wake though. Amazing a fish that size will eat a bait that size, isn't it? He just kind of rolled up there and swatted at it as well. Oh, I like them big boy hooks on there. Golly. That black blue Cinco is just silly. I mean, that fish rolled on that bait. I'm right on top of it. A little healthier fish. Going the right direction, but he needs to double. 2.5 pounders ain't gonna do you no good tomorrow. Big-headed fish right there. He's train wrecked it too. He said, gimme, 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 gimme. He train wrecked it. Solid 2 3/4 pound fish.
I knew, I saw that one, or I saw one good 4-poundish fish mixed in there. And I did not want to check the stuff. I knew we were going to fish from the previous week. I didn't want to be seen on it. I didn't really want to go see if anybody else was fishing on them. We had 3 or 4 spots we wanted to run. And so I just went looking for new stuff and went out deep cranking. I cranked a lot, I drug a lot. And basically the afternoon finally turned into me just trying to find newer looking brush piles and marking brush piles. To have stuff to flip on. I really thought we could go out and catch 15 to 19 pounds pretty quick Sunday, excuse me, and then go try to catch a couple big ones out of brush piles, and that didn't exactly work out, but as I said, we'll cover that. But here's that little bit of deep cranking I did when I got to the talking to you guys about rods here. Well, I knew it was heavy. It was heavy, okay. So you guys saw that big drum there. I've had a number of guys ask me about different luge rods and specifically about big cranking rods. And somebody had asked me, was the TLCP MC BR3 rod, which is the Ledge Magnum Crankbait 3 rod, that Mark Rose rod. If it was heavy enough, excuse me, to throw a 10XD. And that's what I was throwing right then. And I will tell you, it's in my mind, the rod's not heavy enough to throw that bait. That bait's just too heavy. Cloud 25 is a little bit lighter. I think you're okay with that, but I think even then, if you're going to throw great big crankbaits, you're going to need to step up and buy that ginormous 9-foot rod. And that 9-foot rod, and I'll tell you the range, I think it's called a long range crankbait. I've just tied it on right there. It is called Ledge long range crankbaits. So you're going to see when I stand up and cast with it. You can really throw it, and it's designed for these bigger crankbaits. It's more, and the weight, it's rated for a bigger crankbait too. So if you're wanting to throw 10XDs or Cloud 25s, I'm gonna say you need to step up and buy the 9-foot rod. And of course, it throws 6XDs great too. That rod, that smaller rod, it's not a small rod, but it's smaller. It does throw 6XDs great, but this bait's just a little bit too heavy. Not a problem for the 9-footer at all. All right, so it was a disappointing Saturday. This is one of those days when, hindsight, I probably should have checked some stuff that I didn't check. But I just felt like even if I had gone to that stuff and not gotten bit, I'd have gone back to it the next day because we'd caught so many fish off of it in the previous week. And it doesn't work out for us, but we'll get to that. So I've got a couple of links below for you guys. I've been using that Smackdown Stealth Grade Cigar line, which I really like for frog line. So I'm going to put a link below to that. I've also got a link below to that Bronze Eye, that Spro Poppin' Frog. We still don't have the 6 cents frogs to market yet, obviously, but I know we're having a hard time getting that bait from the manufacturers. So that's hopefully coming soon. We've also got a color that I've come up with that's going to be on a lot of baits with 6 cents that also should be coming out pretty soon. I can't wait to tell you guys about it, if nothing else, because I think you'll like the name of it. I am loving my Waterland glasses, my Waterland Optics. So I've got a link below to those if you guys, I believe they're still on sale. And then that Speed Wake is still sold out. I've got a link below. I'm really loving that bait. There's not any available in the market right now. But I'll tell you what you can do on the 6th Sense website is you can click a link and it will email you as soon as they're available. And I've clicked that link. I want some more of those baits in some other colors. So I don't know when we'll get those in stock. I say when 6th Sense will get those in stock. But you can click that link and they'll email you when they're in stock. And that's a really cool bait. I got a ton of bites on it, a ton of fish swiping at it, which I'm fine with, by the way, because in practice I was cooking it. I was just trying to get them to swing at it and show themselves. So there you go. I'll have another video up on Thursday of the actual Bass Champs Tournament and kind of how the day went down. And then we'll be back down this weekend shooting more footage for you guys. So I appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate you sharing. I'm that close to 9,000 subscribers. I think I'm 15 or 16 subscribers short. So if you know somebody that might enjoy my videos, I'd really appreciate it if you'd share it with them, and maybe I can get to 9,000 subscribers. So thanks, guys. We'll see y'all here in a couple days with the actual tournament footage. See you soon.